Welcome back to our channel, where we are exploring the existing world of Kubernetes. In today's video, we will deep dive into Kubernetes service and understand their important managing application within a Kubernetes cluster. So, if you are ready, let's get started. Let's understanding the Kubernetes service. In Kubernetes, a service is an abstraction that define a logical set of code and a policy to access them. It acts a stable endpoint to access application running inside a cluster, and service endpoint communicate and load balancing between the different part of the application. The next benefit of Kubernetes service, it's provided load balancing. Service distribute the traffic evenly across the pod control manner, ensuring high availability and scalability. Automatic scaling. Service can automatically scale the number of pods based on the resources utilization or predicted route. Routing and traffic management. Service can route traffic based on the various criteria such as HTTP headers or ports IP addresses. Type of Kubernetes service. The default type created a virtual IP address to expose the service within the cluster. Means cluster IP provides us to communicate within the cluster. We cannot communicate through this cluster IP to the outer world. For that, we are using NodePort to access our application outer world. We are using the NodePort. Let's understand what is the node port. Expose the various on a traffic port on each node's IP, allow external access. One more benefit in node port is, suppose have two port, right? We have a two port, let it be one and this is two, and some reason this port one is cancelled, right? And we have already know each port having their own IP address. That's why once again a new port, this is the new one, new port is created and it has a different IP address. So by this node port in the above node port, this is in the node port, right? This is the node port, and when it's newly created and this IP also assigned to this node port, right? It will helpful like this also. Then understand the load balancer automatically provides an external load balancer to the distribute traffic to the service, and external name map the service to an external DNS name, allowing the across the service outside the cluster. Ingress manage external access to the service within a cluster, acting as a API gateway. Let's understand in this diagram what is cluster IP. This is the cluster IP, and cluster IP can communicate within the cluster, right? Suppose we have three ports, right? We have three ports, then we can communicate with these three ports by this the cluster IP. And node port, we can access our application to the outer of the world, means inside the browser we can access our application. And the load balancer here, here is the load balancer used, and this load balancer is distribute the traffic between these three ports, and we can also access our application outside the world. In this video we will demonstrate you the node port and the load balancer. Let's do the demo. I am in my kubectl server. Let's see the our manifest file. Here is our manifest file, and the kind is deployment, and API version is app/v1, and the metadata of this deployment is Power Cloud, and we are using one replicas. This is one replica means this creates only one uh, port. Let it be increase two. Let it be one. And I have used the selector. Match label is PC deployment. See, this should be same. This match label and the template label should be same. Otherwise, it will not work. And I am using the HTTPD image, and this is our service YAML file. The kind is the service, the object we are using. This is the service, and the metadata is demo service, and we are using the port means the httpd port is working in 80. That's why our expose the port means this is the container port, and this is the target port, right? And this should be same, otherwise it will not work. And this is the type of service. Suppose you are using the cluster IP for communicate inside the cluster, then the type is cluster IP, but we will take this as node port. Node, and let's copy this fast YAML file. This is our fast YAML file, and um, the created for file YAML file sudo vi httpd. I'm taking the name YML, press enter, paste it here, save this file, and created one file, created one more file for service sudo vi s service service dot yml, and copy this service file, copy this content, and paste it here, save this file, and apply one by one. Suppose I'm applying the httpd file, kubectl apply -f httpd file name, press enter, is created, and then kubectl apply -f service.yml create. Kubectl command not found. Oh, sorry, spelling mistake. Is YML, press enter, and it's also created. Now, if you check the service, then kubectl get svc, press enter, you can see the service. This is the demo service we have created, and type is node port, and this is the our cluster IP, and this is the port, and this is the node port, right? We have to whitelist this node port in our security group. Let's check the port, kubectl get ports, kubectl get ports, You can see there is only one code is running. And suppose we'll hyphen o white, press enter, then you will see the IP address of the port. And this is the IP address of our code. Copy first. Uh, let me whitelist this. Copy this one and go to our security group. Anyone, choose any one of the node group and go to the security group. Okay, open these two security groups. Edit, add rule, paste it here, anywhere, press rule save, and edit here inbound rule, and here also mention the same thing. Anywhere, save the rule. Okay, now uh, copy this and paste it in a browser, colon this IP, this port, paste it here and press enter. Okay. Then take any one of the public IP, right? Copy this public IP and paste it here and colon with the node port. This is our node port and press enter. See, you can see the it's work. Our HTTPD server is working and we can access to this to our browser. Let's go for load balancer, right? Let me delete all the things. Sudo vi s, it's also deleted, right? Then go to the load balancer. This is our load balancer manifest file, and we are using this deployment as an object here. And the name of the object is the Power Cloud deployment, and you are using here two replicas, right? And the metadata is our, and in the selector the match labels is PC HTTP. And here also we have mentioned, as we know, it should be same, and also in the service YAML file the selector should be same. This thing will be same, otherwise it will not work, right? And here also we are using the HTTPD image, and this is our service file. The kind is service, and the metadata means the object name is httpd hyphen service, and the type is here we can see load balancer. In previously we are using the type is node port, right? But in this case we are using load balancer. And port where whitelisted, this is the container port, and this is our target port. And selector, we are using selector, this should be same as we told previously. And let's go and apply this manifest file. Copy this one, go create a new file, sudo lb means load balancer dot yml, sorry, sudo vi sudo vi lb dot yml, press enter and paste it here, save the file and create a new create another file for service, sudo vi svc underscore lb dot yml, press enter and copy this one and insert, paste it here, save it and apply one by one. Kubectl apply hyphen f lb, press enter. You can see the power cloud deployment is created, one deployment is created. And let's create a server, let's create a service. For that we have to change the file name. Our file name for service is svc underscore lb.yml, press enter. See, you can see our service is created and the name of the service is httpd. You can see here I have in the metadata section I have mentioned httpd hyphen service, that's why it has written here. And let's check how many ports are there. Qctl get ports, you can see here two ports are running because in the replicas we have mentioned two, that's why here two ports are running. Let's check the service. Qctl get svc, press enter, sorry svc. See, you can see the name of the service is httpd service, and here we are using the load balancer, and this is the cluster IP, right? And the exposure IP also it has given. This is the exposure IP. How to access this? Just copy this one. We are using the load balancer, that's why it has written elb elastic load balancer, and it's distributes the traffic when the traffic will come. This distributed traffic, these two load balancer, right? Just copy this one and paste it in one of the browser. Let's close this one, this is the previous one. Create and paste it here, press enter. Now you can see it's work, right? I hope you find this guide helpful and gained a deeper understanding of a Kubernetes service. Thank you.